So you're just in time for another eBay unboxing, and look what somebody brought me today. Isn't this beautiful? A friend I haven't seen in 24 years brought these over for me today. My favorite color rose is a yellow rose, and no, I'm not from Texas. All right, so this is the item that I did a snipe video recently. You guys saw me sniping it, and we're going to open it up right now. It's an antique, and I won it for $10.49, and that was a really great bargain. Now, I had, when I first saw it, I thought everyone was going to see it, and they were going to actually bid it up to really high. So I asked the seller to end the listing if they could, you know, like maybe add a buy it now option for $45. I bet you he's kicking himself in the ass now because I got it for $10.49. Now let's hope it didn't arrive broken. Then that would really suck. See, because this thing is worth way more than $10 and what did I say, 49 cents or $10.59 that I want it for. So if these things arrive broken, you're not going to replace them. You follow what I'm saying? If I get like my $10.49 or 59 cents back, and then with shipping, you know, like it was like another $10, you're not going to be able to still afford to replace this item. So let's cross our fingers. And yes, I am using like a bread knife to open this. I'm a little inventive. I have to saw my way through this. Okay. And I'm hoping to God that this thing is actually packed well. So I'm documenting as well to make sure, you know, I have a claim against an eBay seller if they pack it shittily. Shittily. Is that even a word? Shittily. It's a word I like to use. It rhymes with Italy. And I'm Italian. All right. So let's go. All right. It's teeny tiny, I gather. Let me get the scissor out. Let's get the scissors. Hey. Oh, here's the scissors. All right. Sorry. I'm from Brooklyn, Queens, Brooklyn border, so I have a New York accent. And a lot of you probably would rather hear nails scratching on a blackboard than hearing my awful accent. But all right, let's get all this crap out of the way. Let us pray. Let us pray that this is intact and not broken. So far, so good. I'm teasing you guys. I'm being a little bit of a tease. All right. So, all right. Let's look the item over, and I'm going to lower the stand over here. Hold on. All right. And let's investigate. It's an investigation time. And so we did a whole video, and probably nobody watched it, a whole video of me doing research on this item, thinking that it was French opaline glass, this perfume bottle. By the way, this is very old. It's Victorian era. That I know for sure. It's a scent bottle. And they made these, you know, small. They didn't have big, giant bottles back then. It has its original stopper, which is actually quite wonderful. I can even get it out. And you can see it here. 9 times out of 10, these are missing or broken. So it actually adds value to the item. Now, I thought this was either Bohemian or French, or possibly Italian. And Bohemian, by the way, is a Czech Republic. Back then it was known as Bohemia. And I found out that this is actually not any of what I thought it was. And I thought it was opaline glass. Is in the picture, it looks like a white glass or a milk glass. And it said it was porcelain. So let's try to get a close-up and see, is it porcelain? Maybe it's Maybelline. Remember that stupid commercial? Or Memorex? Is it real? Or is it Memorex? Now, I don't know if this is porcelain or glass. Actually, let's look it over. It could be porcelain. It may not be opaline. Oh, well, I found actually comparables, which I'll show you in a moment, that said it was Dutch. And that it was porcelain. So I guess, you know, my stomach was just growling. Sorry about that. I guess you can't always be an expert. You know, I don't have a PhD. I'm not a doctor like Dr. Lori who does these stupid videos. So I'm just a guesser. That's all I am. I do research with you guys. We try to figure it out. Now I'm trying to see if this is a silver top. And generally they'll be like teeny tiny silver marks sometimes. Now the ones I found on the internet had what looked like a sword marking. And in the Netherlands, is that where Dutchland is, or Dutch people come from, the Netherlands? I don't even know. There would be a marking of a sword of some sort. Somebody did say that sometimes they're marked on the interior of the cap. And oh wow, look, we have the original like cotton wadding, whatever the hell you want to call it, in the cap. Ladies used to place cotton in here. So A, this stuff wouldn't leak out all over them, or B, they could actually dab the perfume onto their wrist with a piece of cotton. Don't know if you can see that, but that is quite cool. So I'm going to actually look this over and try to see if we see a silver mark. I'll be right back. Okay, so it was too tiny for me to show you, but yes, it does have the sword mark. So we have a Dutch bottle. What are these worth? All right, let's go check it out. We're going to do our research. Now, when I say what is it worth, sometimes like Dr. Lori will say, well, what did it sell for? And she's right about that. But I generally put prices on for replacement purposes or insurance purposes. So when I say something is valued at or whatever, I'm no expert, number one. And number two, I put the highest price possible for insurance purposes. Or if you were to sell it at a high-end antique store or online antique store. eBay prices, now that's the difference. eBay prices trend generally 50%, actually 30% to 50% lower, and sometimes even more on occasion, than if you were to buy it from a high-end antique shop. It's really amazing. Like, I don't know how a lot of these really expensive or high-priced antiques that are valuable or rare actually get such cheap prices on eBay, but they tend to. And collectors who are advanced and who have actually a big budget don't care. They'll actually go in a high-end antique shop and pay the prices for them. So let's see what the high estimate would be for something like this, and let's check it out. So if you haven't seen my video about me sniping them and actually figuring out what they were, I found two antique Dutch perfume bottles on an auction site called Lot Art. And of course, Lot Art wants you to actually sign up with an account and pay them to get the realized prices. And I'm not going to pay them shiz. So here's another example of a 19th century Victorian scent bottle with enamel work with a similar type of top that's Dutch, selling for $684. Now it says that it is Dutch, and the cap is marked with the Dutch hallmark sword, and yeah, in the neck of the bottle. And yeah, so I never knew that these were Dutch and that these were porcelain. I thought it was opaline or actually milk glass. And you can see they're very similar in shape. We have, again, that same like square bottom that you see over here. Almost like a square bottom. And we have that enamel work. Don't know if you can see it because my the lighting sucks over here. And you can see from the Lot Art pictures, it is the same bottle. And let me just try to, there we go. It's the same bottle. You can definitely see that. Okay, so here's a set of two Dutch ones. And I guess they came in porcelain and were enameled, being sold for $802 per set. Now, these are being sold from the Netherlands, so I guess that's where Dutch people come from. And yeah, I'm not really good with geography, as you can tell. And so these actually would be about $400 a piece. All right, so what did we learn, boys and girls? That sometimes when you snipe, you get a really good deal. And I paid, like with tax and shipping and all that other jazz, $21.49 for this. Not bad, not bad at all. This was a great score. Another great eBay score.